What? Is it raining? And the tent's leaking. I just bought this. What am I going to do? Yeah, that's not fun whenever you're sleeping in your tent and it starts raining and you realize that your tent is leaking and your sleeping bag is all wet. Well, today I'm going to show you how to waterproof a tent, and if you stick with me to the end, I will show you what a waterproof tent looks like. So the first step on waterproofing a tent is to make sure it's clean, that there's no dirt, no bird poop on it. And we just do that by hand with some soap and water, and no power washing, no washing machine. We just make sure that it's nice and clean so that when we put the waterproofing on, it's going to soak in nicely. And then after that, we're going to move to step 2 on waterproofing this. For step 2 on waterproofing a tent, it's real easy. Anyone can do it. My waterproofing is a silicone base. It is good for nylon and polyester. It is good to do it best at about 50 degrees or higher. And make sure that you don't put it right in the direct sunlight, because then it's going to dry too fast, but you want to let it soak in. So the best waterproofing that I do is it's a liquid base and it's a paintbrush, and all we're going to do is dip it in here. And don't forget about your gloves. You don't want this on your gloves because then your hands are going to be waterproof. And don't be shy on putting this on the tent. We're going to start from the top down, okay? So we're just going to put it on there really nicely. And make sure that you work it into the seams here, okay? Now I know some people will suggest putting a seam sealer on here first before you waterproof it, but since you're putting the waterproofing, to me, you're already waterproofing it, you're sealing it. So now we're just gonna work our way into the tent here, okay? It's okay if it drips down a little bit because we're just going to cover this whole tent. We're just going to soak it, okay? Just like this, okay? Get it in those seams. Get it on every inch of this tent here, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to work your way down. And then make sure that as you work your way down, when we come to the floor here, we get here too, okay? We're gonna waterproof all of this. You can go up a little bit here, okay? So just like this, very easy to do. Now, what I will do after I waterproof this tent is I'm going to put a second application. That way there, it's guaranteed not to leak whenever you're out having your adventures. Now, make sure to also do over here on the vestibule. Okay, you even want to do this here. Okay, you want to get everything that you can get with the paintbrush here. Okay, get into the seams. Just give it. Okay, you want to make sure that's all soaks in really good. Okay. Now I'm going to finish this tent up, and then after that we're going to move to step 3. Before we move to step 3, I just want to show you how it looks when it's completely soaked. You just soak the whole thing, let it seep in. But on a side note, I also want to make sure to make note that you also got to get into these seams here at the bottom here too. You want to make sure that's all waterproof, okay? And also, you can put seam sealer if you would like, if you feel more confident, but you don't have to. before we move on to step 3, I just wanted to say that you make sure to do this in a ventilated area, and after you waterproof the tent, make sure you allow about 12 hours before any precipitation will get onto the tent. So now what we're going to do is, this is the floor of the tent, and you want to make sure that you waterproof the floor as well. You can do the fly, but if you don't do the floor, then that's not good. So I'll show you how I do it. We do the same thing, we just start in the middle, okay? And we'll just work our way back to the sides, okay? And you can put a lot on here because you want to make sure that it soaks in, okay? Here we got the seams on the floor, and then we'll work our way to the edges over here. Okay, and just like that, lift it up a little bit here. Get that all soaked up here. Okay, and that's pretty much just how you waterproof the tent. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to come back for some final thoughts and some comments. Yeah. I finished up waterproofing this tent, and I let it dry for 12 hours. And like I promised you, if you stay to the end, I'm going to show you what a waterproof tent looks like. So here we go. Now it's raining, pouring rain. We're out in the middle of some nice provincial park, state park, and the rain's coming down. I waterproof my tent. So this is what it looks like. Water just feeds off. Even over here, where all your shoes are, your backpacks. And then as you can see, the water just comes right off of here. So that's what a waterproof tent looks like. Camping is easy if you do it the right way, especially with a nice waterproof tent. So that's my conclusion on waterproofing a tent.
So anyways guys, I hope you liked it, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button to support our channel, for more outdoor videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye!